Dad and me love a whole lot of history. We could be the greatest team that the world has ever seen. Dad and me love a whole lot of history.
Hi guys,
And welcome to Dad and Mum and Me Love History.
before we get started, just a reminder that we will make more episodes only if you help us to grow our audience. Thank you to those who've already rated, reviewed and shared our podcast. We would not have got this far without you.
So tell your friends about Dad and me.
And tell them about this episode.
It's all about famous Native Americans.
Yeah, and today's episode is really Dad and Mum and Me Love History.
Dad has made a game for us to play.
Yep, we're going to get to know some of the top Native Americans from history by playing Native American Top Trumps. Copyright.
And we need Mum to be the referee.
But first, this. The Slightest Chance is my latest World War II thriller love story based around real history. After the Japanese won the Battle of Hong Kong, a young English woman named Gwen, who was a real person, was the only female to escape from a Japanese camp, and she did so on foot, and then faced an 800-mile journey across occupied China. By the end of this novel, you will have learned all about her extraordinary adventure and how Gwen was secretly carrying information which the very top of the British government would use in the fight against Imperial Japan. Also from real history, included in the novel is the mass breakout led by a one-legged Chinese admiral, and then there's the Japanese guard, Kiyoshi Watanabe, whose Christian faith pushed him to risk his life helping Japan's enemies. Find out more at poorletters.com. The Slightest Chance, when your enemy is your best friend.
Dad's new novel is now available to order online at all the usual places. For details, go to poorletters.com or click on the link from dadandmelovehistory.com.
Okay, Native American Top Trumps. I'm going first, so I'm looking at my first card, Chief Joseph. What am I going to pick? So there's name, so that's one option, and then Mum is going to be our judge. She's going to judge who's got the most interesting name if I choose the name example. His tribal name, Chief Joseph's, his name meant thunder rolling down the mountain. Our next category, best known for. So after name we've got best known for. Well, my one, Chief Joseph, is best known for fighting for Native Americans. First fighting in wars, and then later through peaceful ways. Next is biggest challenge faced as a child. Biggest challenge that he faced as a child. When Joseph was just a young boy, white settlers from the United States began to move into the land looking for gold. So his challenge was coping with the fact his land was being taken over. Fourth out of 5 options is most amazing achievement. After surrendering, Chief Joseph's people were moved to land far away from where they came from. He spent the rest of his life fighting peacefully for the rights of his people, about why things should be made fairer for Native Americans. Finally, I could go for interesting random fact. For his military genius during the retreat, he earned the nickname Red Napoleon. Be a racist thing to say, but the Napoleon bit was certainly meant as a compliment that he was such a good military strategist that he was like Napoleon. So I don't know what card James has got. So, a bit of research tells us that he led much fighting against the US Army, but after many battles, Chief Joseph knew the only way for his people to survive was to retreat. He had just 200 warriors and 800 ordinary people, mainly women and children, and he managed to get them to travel with all the food and everything they would need 1,400 miles, whilst fighting 14 battles along the way against the much larger and better equipped with guns US Army. But he ran out of food and blankets, and many of his warriors had been killed, so he had to surrender. But after that, he was respected enough to get meetings with 2 US presidents. So I'm going to go for most amazing achievement for Chief Joseph.
Do I say mine now?
Yeah, who have you got and what's their most amazing achievement?
Geronimo! Most amazing achievement was, one day while Geronimo and the men were off trading, the Apache camp was attacked by Mexicans. Geronimo's wife, children and mother were all killed while crying for the lost family. Geronimo heard a voice. The voice told him, I will take the bullets from the guns of the Mexicans and I will guide your arrows. To get revenge against the Mexicans over the next few years, Geronimo led raids into Mexico, stealing their horses and killing their men.
Right, so Mama's got a judge between Geronimo and Chief Joseph.
Can I say what I would have gone for?
Yeah? What would you have gone for?
Name. As a child, Geronimo was named as one who yawns.
Yeah, if it had been your pick, you'd have gone for the name, one who yawns.
Is that better than Thunder Mountain or wherever his one was?
Yeah. Anyway, Mama, what's
I think I'm going to go with Geronimo.
Mama may be biased to the small child, we'll see.
We love history. We love history, baby. We love history. Crazy Horse. His name was Sacagawea, which means among the trees. His father was called Crazy Horse. Legend has it that Sacagawea had a vision of himself defending his people while riding in battle. His father decided to honor his vision by giving him the name Crazy Horse. His father changed his own name to Wakalana, which means worm. Which one's better? His mother's name was Rattling Blanket Worm.
Woman. His father did change his name to Worm, but his mother's name was Rattling Blanket Woman.
Best known for fighting against Colonel Custard. Custard at the Battle of Little Bighorn. Biggest challenge faced as a child. When Crazy Horse was still a boy, US soldiers entered his camp, and one of the soldiers shot and killed Chief Conquering Bear. Crazy Horse joined the men of the tribe in fighting back.
This meant war with the United States.
Most amazing achievement. Crazy Horse became a tribal chief, and at the Battle of Little Bighorn, Crazy Horse and his warriors helped to surround Colonel Custard's men. Crazy Horse led the final charge and defeated Custard's soldiers. Interesting random fact. Despite his great victory at Little Bighorn, Crazy Horse was forced to surrender about a year later. He tried to escape and was killed when a soldier stabbed him. Well, it's a bit too easy to choose.
What are you going to choose?
Name.
Crazy Horse versus Pocahontas.
Ooh.
So this is the Native American princess, chief's daughter, and her name, Pocahontas, means the naughty one. Mama.
I like Crazy Horse better than I like Pocahontas, but I like the naughty person better than I like Among the Trees. So that's tricky.
That one's a draw.
Yeah, I think it's a draw.
Okay, so on my last card, I've got Sitting Bull. His father was a fierce warrior named Jumping Bull.
Was he a bit lazy then? He just liked to sit around.
Well, actually, at first, his father named him Slow. So he was very careful and slow to take action, apparently. So yeah, I think that's a polite way of saying lazy. He's best known for leading his people to victory at the Battle of Little Bighorn. So he was in the same battle as Crazy Horse. Biggest challenge faced as a child when he was 10 years old. That's your age now, James.
Yay.
He killed his first buffalo.
Okay.
You did your first stingray when you were 9. That was on an Aboriginal cultural tour, by the way. When he was 14, in a battle with the Crow tribe, Slow bravely charged a warrior and knocked him down. When their war group returned to camp, his father gave him the name Sitting Bull in honour of his bravery. Maybe after he charged and knocked him down, he sat on him. Sitting Bull gets him prisoner. Most amazing achievement, the Battle of Little Bighorn. Colonel George Custard of the United States Army discovered the Indian war camp. On June 25th, 1876, Custer attacked. However, Sitting Bull's army defeated Custer's forces, so that's with Crazy Horse, killing many of them, including Custer, as we heard about with Crazy Horse. This battle was a great victory for the Native Americans in the fight against the US Army. Interesting random fact, he worked for a while in Buffalo Bill's Wild West show, earning $50 a week.
So, which one are you choosing?
I'm going to say his most amazing achievement because Sitting Bull, although Crazy Horse was one of the leaders at the Battle of Little Bighorn, Sitting Bull was actually the number one leader of all of them. You've got Sacagawea.
Our most amazing achievement. In 1804, an expedition led by Captain Lewis and Captain Clark arrived to near where Sacagawea lived. They had been sent by President Thomas Jefferson to explore the land which the US had just bought from France and the land further to the west.
Yeah, so they were going to explore right across Central and then Western America, so kind of the top of California, Oregon today is right to the sea.
Taking her baby with her, Sacagawea guided them and spoke to the local Native Americans in their own language and translated for Lewis and Clark. She explored thousands of miles.
The most amazing achievement. So the being the interpreter and guide for the expedition, like Sacagawea was, or being the leader who won the Battle of Little Bighorn against Colonel Custard.
I'm gonna go Sacagawea because she's an awesome woman.
She is an awesome woman.
Sagu.
Yeah. Well, when I was writing these, that was the one that impressed me most, actually. So I'm glad you went with that. The most amazing achievement. So if we add up our cards,
I win.
James wins.
You know.
So, who is the number one Native American of all time?
Crazy Horse.
Why Crazy Horse?
Because he's got the coolest name in the world.
So based on his name, Crazy Horse.
And his child and his wife. No, his father.
Yeah, Worm, and his mother, Rattling Blanket Woman. Should we call Mama that from now on?
What?
Okay, let me put it another way. Who achieved the most?
Wait, Sacagawea.
Why Sacagawea?
So, when she was 11, Sacagawea was taken by a tribe, and she was, because her tribe got under attack, she was their slave.
Yeah, that's got to be pretty tough, being a slave at age 11.
And then that tribe traded her with a French guy.
Yeah, with a French-Canadian guy who later made her pregnant. So yeah, Sacagawea had an incredible childhood and achieved then great things as she grew up. So I go with you with most amazing achievement, Sacagawea. So the best name award goes to
Crazy Bull.
You've just put two together. You've put Sitting Bull together with Crazy Horse.
Because we like Sitting Bull and Crazy Horse. Anyway, that's almost it for this week. But always keep listening for our quiz questions based on today's episode.
And listen to the outtakes.
And find us on
Facebook,
Instagram,
And Twitter.
Tell us what you would like to listen to in future episodes. Send us your ideas.
Don't forget to tell your friends about us.
Bye for now then. From
Dad and me love history.
and Mum.
Dad and me love a whole lot of history. We could be the greatest team that the world has ever seen. Dad and me love a whole lot of history.
So here are this week's questions to see if you were listening.
What's the name of the explorer and translator who travelled with Lewis and Clark?
Number 2.
Whose name meant the naughty one?
Number 3. What was the name of the American colonel at the Battle of Little Bighorn?
Number 4. Which two of our famous Native Americans fought at the Battle of Little Bighorn?
Number 5. Who met 2 US presidents and told them about how unfair things were for Native Americans?
Hi guys.
And welcome to Dad and Mum Like What? So tell your friends about Dad and me, and not Mum.
Advert break. Okay. So now we're going. Only turn them over one at a time.
I can see.
That's fine.
Oh.
And I'm going to. Whoever goes first, I'm going to go first on this first one to show you how it's done.
Yeah.
And whoever goes first is going to do all their thinking out loud. So I'm going to talk through all my different options.
Okay. Do I say mine now?
Yeah. Who have you got, and what's their most amazing achievement?
Geronimo.
Geronimo. No respect for human rights and peace, just killing Mexicans.
Do I go now? Whoa, I've got a weird one. His father was called Jackson Wickdong.
Tashunka Whitker.
Best known for fighting against Colonel
Sorry. Colonel George Custard.
Custard? No.
Custard.
Best known for fighting against Colonel George Custard at the Battle of Little Bighorn. So I've got Sacagawea.
Sacagawea.
What?
What?
Sacagawea.
Yeah?
Oh, I've heard of that.
Sacagawea, isn't that what I said? That's pretty cool, the fact he was named Slow when he was younger, Sitting Bull. I mean, he only got upgraded from slow to sitting.
That's downgrading. It's not even moving at all.
Yeah.